Momodou Taal is a test case that will determine whether the government can come to your house and grab you and put you in jail for the things you say criticizing the United States government and its policies. They start with someone who's a non-citizen. They start with someone who's said something that the powers that be find difficult to deal with, that is calling what Israel is doing to the people of Palestine a genocide. But it doesn't end with Momodou Taal. It starts with him. Next it'll be you. Next it'll be criticizing Donald Trump on social media. That's technically in the bounds of these executive orders. Next it will be registering people to vote, maybe, in a specific area. That could ultimately come under these orders. We don't know where this ends. We don't know how they'll be enforcing them in year 4 of the administration. But we do know that if we stand up and stop them from doing it to Mr. Taal and to the U.S. citizens who have a right to hear views that are critical of the government, that we can stop them from doing it to all of you as well.
Where's Mr. Taal today?
Let me just finish my statement. Excuse me. We think we made some convincing arguments. We think we're right on the law. We think we're right on the policies. We think we're right on the morals. And we hope that the people who listen and follow this case understand that ultimately our appeal is to you. And that the First Amendment, if it's going to be protected, it's not just going to be protected by lawyers in the courts. Ultimately, it's going to have to be protected by the American population. And the Declaration of Independence says, and we're about to have 250 years anniversary of the American Revolution and the founding of that and the writing of that great document. It says that it is the right of the people when the government abuses their rights to alter or abolish it. Thank you.
I'm Chris Gottschall-Bennett. I am the legal director of the American Arab Anti-Discrimination Committee and co-counsel in this case. And I'm just struck by the fact that, I'm Jewish, and I find myself in a situation where I'm defending someone against people trying to defend me from him. It's a ridiculous situation. These orders are predicated on the fight against anti-Semitism, but they operationalize a conflation of anti-Semitism with any criticism of Israel, a criticism that I as a Jewish person share wholeheartedly. This is about the First Amendment. It's about the right to hear ideas that some people won't like, and there's nothing more important than the restrictions on the government from arresting you and putting you away in a box because you said something that they do not like. There are laws that protect against these things. They're already on the books. We emphasize that multiple times in this litigation, and this is nothing more than an attempt to scare people from speaking out on their deeply held beliefs. It's a notion that I, as a Jewish person, reject fundamentally. I'm proud to be with these folks and with these plaintiffs who have so bravely put themselves in the limelight to challenge this. Thankful to be have all these folks standing with us, and happy to be here.
Thank you. My name is Mohammed Salim. I'm an attorney. I'm in private practice. I'm an immigrant myself. My family came here years ago. And right now what's happening is through these executive orders and other mechanization of immigration, ICE, and law enforcement coming together, whether it's with DHS or Homeland Security operations, they're slowly chipping away at Americans' right to speech and to organize, to protest, and to criticize American foreign policy, whether it's involved with Israel or it's policy that we are making within our own government. And this case is essentially tied into targeting, the executive orders are saying it's international students, foreign students, visitors and so forth. But when you're in the United States, the Constitution protects everybody in terms of free speech. The First Amendment is for everybody here in the United States, and that's very clear, and those are the arguments that we're making. You know, if the First Amendment is not for international students, you know, visitors and others, is it not then for permanent residents, who Mahmoud Khalil was, a permanent resident who was detained? If it's not for them, is it then only for, you know, citizens who are born in the United States compared to citizens who are naturalized? Where do you draw the line? We can't let this government, any government, or this administration draw the lines. Free speech is for everyone. The Constitution protects everybody in the United States. We, the people, have the right to organize, and this is why it's important. This is taking such a drastic toll. I hear, you know, people from all sorts of communities, and I'm based in Brooklyn. We have all types of immigrants from all over the world there, you know, Caribbean immigrants, African American immigrants, South Asian, Arab, and they're afraid to even talk about, you know, anything about, you know, foreign policy or criticizing the government. Is that the lesson we want to instill new immigrants to this country, that you come here and we're going to run it like a dictatorship, the same place you're escaping from? Is that the values we want to instill upon the next generation of people who are going to become citizens and have children here? That's not our values. Those core values of liberty, you know, that Eric so pointed out in terms of the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence, they apply to all the people when they're here in the United States. And those are the core arguments. And we want that message to be with you, the people, because this is us. You know, immigration attorneys or regular attorneys, at the end of the day, when we take off our suits, we're just regular people like you all. You know, just because we went to law school doesn't mean anything, you know, because the Constitution is for us, the people. All right, that's all I want to say. Thank you so much for our support.